What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. Tonight, we are going to talk about this divide between black men and black women. I know you're probably saying, hey, we talk about this all the time, but I've made a series of videos recently, and you may have seen them, you may have not. If you haven't seen them, you got to go see them, okay? But I made a series of videos. What y'all may or may not have realized about all of the videos that I have made recently was that I was actually responding to a message, part of it. And the other part is I've been trying to get across a bigger theme, which is why it's kind of disappointing that that the views aren't where they should be, at least in my opinion. Okay. In one instance, um, you all did respond to the doctor talking about the biggest crisis in the black community, and that's to deal with the family. Actually, and it's not just affecting the black community, even though it's affecting the black community at the highest rate, but it's affecting other communities too. But when we're talking about family creation, this whole narrative behind when people should have families, if they should have families, right? These things are really important. The thing that I wanted to get across in that video is the fact that we as a community don't have much wealth to speak of, even though we have like $2.8 trillion worth of spending power, but we don't have anything to show for it. Now, listen, I understand, right? If you're a student of history, one thing you understand is that Black people tried. As people, we tried to have our own stuff. We tried to have our own cities and our own communities. And people hated on us for that. People were jealous of it because in some cases, these communities were thriving in a way that some of the neighboring places were not. So once all of these things, right, there was a systematic disbanding of our community. And they did it through starvation of our men being able to go out there and find the jobs, work the jobs, right? We had men that were in factories and had these critical labor skills. And so you have to understand there was closing of these factories, closing of these places that Black men were able to go. And with that labor shortage also came along with the hey, we have this check for you, but you can't have the man in the household. And listen, Black men are complicit in this a little bit. I know we always talk about, hey, y'all chose the government, but in some cases, men were like, hey, I can't do nothing, so let me step away and at least give my kids this opportunity with this check. I know we don't say that enough. That don't get said enough. But it's the truth. Some men stepped away because of that. All right. Some men it comes back to some of the same arguments that we've had in this space, in this community, right? About, hey, not needing a man. That I've shown many times the clips of the young women saying, hey, men aren't really important to the household. This was the mindset when I was a kid in the early 80s, right? So we got to understand our history. We have to look back at some of these things. And we have to understand that just like we see today, there are agendas at play. There are agendas that are at play that have separated our black men from black women. Now, let me say this here, right? There was a comment left last week on this on this live stream about, I don't know if it's black women or not. It's just a comment, so I can't tell. But they didn't want me to speak on this. And first of all, shut your ass up, because I'm a grown ass man, right? And every time y'all come at me with these type of comments, I told you I'm coming tenfold with the videos. You ain't gonna make me stop. You're gonna piss me off, and I'm just gonna keep making videos, right? And right now, y'all are losing, because it seems to me I got about 1,000 videos to make, okay, if not more. So keep running your mouth. What I'm trying to do is, for the women that are listening, I'm trying to show y'all what men want. You all are trying to do it your way and figure out what the hell you want. But you got to understand, in any type of partnership, it ain't just about the one partner, right? Y'all the one talking about partnership and shit. Y'all the one talking about that. And yet, you can't partner with a man. Yet, you can't shut your mouth long enough to partner with a man. You wonder why you got all these old ladies who don't have husbands right now. A lot of the old, yeah, some men die, but men die of all races when they get older. And more men die before the women than anything. Okay, we can acknowledge that, but women are alone because they never had a man going into their latter years. This mindset is why we're here. Now, I'm not saying men don't have their share of the blame. Okay? Gents, when we simp for these women, we messing up. Why would a woman be attracted to some dude who's simping over her? Like, listen, that's not easy to hear, but it's the truth. Hell, some of the dudes who are simping actually have resources. That don't even make no sense. You got resources to spend on my woman. I gotta make sure she good. Yes, dudes have been tricking their money off to women for a long ass time. But that would get them and secure that woman. Y'all tricking off to these women that think that they deserve that shit. That for some reason they think they're the Queen of England. They think that they have a divine right almost. Oh, the Bible tells me that I'm gonna get my husband. He needs to be a provider. He needs to do all this shit. What about the listening to your husband? Y'all conveniently forget these Bible verses that talks about being a good wife, a helpmate to that man. Y'all forgot it wasn't Eve created before Adam. Adam was working, tilling the ground. He was alone. And God said, it is not a good thing for him to be alone. That don't mean that you above that man. That means you were put there to help that man. Because work alone is not enough for a man. So for some of you dudes out here, it's like, I'm gonna just do it by myself. Same thing to you. It's not good for us to be alone. I say this, whether you agree with me or not. But if you a lion, you got to go hunt sometimes. You ever seen these pathetic ass animals that's in a cage that aren't able to hunt the way they normally do, aren't able to get their food in a way that they were trained to do? And people wonder why sometimes these animals go off. Why they'll be docile and then they just go off all of a sudden. You telling this lion to be a house cat, right? You telling this great oh my God, what is it called? Not a great white shark. You're talking about Orca Wells. Orca Wells, who are some of the highest apex predators in the water. They actually hunt sharks and eat their livers. Sharks, right? Great whites. Any kind of shark. And they just play with them. They throw them up in the air. And yet and still you putting yourself in a little tank. You're not hunting anymore. Our DNA records who we are. I don't know if y'all get that. If you turn yourself into a weak ass dude, your DNA copies that. You're just gonna make bitch ass kids. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. You're putting weakness into your DNA. That's what Kendrick, if you look at that, listen to that song by Kendrick Lamar, DNA, the code is there. Hell, the reason why we do certain things, it might be because of what's been bred into our genetics that we got to undo. We have to unlearn what's been learned. We have to go against certain things. We go against our instincts all the time. Why am I talking about this? Because in today's video, in today's live stream, it is important that we're going to look at in the beginning some of the behaviors that we're seeing, some of the ideologies and thought process of our women. And if you stick around to the end, which I'm not going to keep you alone tonight, I got work to do. All right. I told you I'm going to be moving soon. I just got the okay that, hey, you're good. I knew I was good. At least my woman knew I was good before I did. I always worry about shit until it happens. Okay. I don't believe anything. When you grow up poor, y'all know some of y'all that grew up in the hood, whatever, you don't believe shit until it happens. So even though I got over 800 credit, even though I make more than enough money, even though I don't have any evictions and none of that bad stuff, I was a little nervous. Okay. I'm a little nervous. It's hard to trust things. But what I'm excited for, gents, is when I move, setting up the new studio, having more room to kind of work and maneuver and do different things, right? I'm excited. I'm excited for the possibilities. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. We're gonna have live streams up until almost about a month from now. And then I'm gonna probably stop for a couple weeks as I move and get the new place together, get the new studio up, and then we'll be back. So we're gonna enjoy this time. But what I want y'all to know is that if you stick around to the end of tonight's live stream, because I got off track, sorry about that. I have some clips in there that's going to allow us to look at things said in the past, how we are in the place that we are. And I made a comment recently, right? This is what I submit to you all tonight. I submit to you all how strong women's actions are in changing the course of what's going on in our community and in other communities. Women are trying to be strong like men are, right? They're trying to show that outwardly force. I get it. I get it. Black women, I get it. If you don't, so it's a shame that you have to show that type of balance where to the outside you got to be so strong because they, underestimate you, take you for granted, jealous of you. Sisters, I hear you. But you got to understand, if it's happening to you at that rate, what's happening to our brothers? How much do they look more down on us? How much is it that, you're a threat, but we're the threat? So it's up to you guys. If you want to see this shit change, don't fight me on this and don't fight the people that's trying to tell you right. That's the problem. Y'all fighting us. You ain't supposed to be fighting us on this shit. You're supposed to be listening. So today, I'm going to lay out a linear case, as I always do, right? I may not be able to get to as many comments tonight because there's more work to be done. But I want y'all to know that I do value your thoughts and opinions on this. Because if we don't look at ourselves in the mirror and understand our contribution to this, right? Y'all think that I preach every week. I feel like I got to say this every week. Anybody who's a G of the channel, a real gent, knows I say this every week, and I feel like I got to justify it every week. But here we go. I'm going to say it. I do not hate women, and I particularly don't hate black women. I love you. Sure. I just talked to my mom today. She's been on the channel multiple times. And even she, being 66 years old, realizes the folly. You can just look in our family now and you see the mistakes. And how many of you all have that family, same family too? You look around and you see the mistakes. Not listening to your man, running your man off, keeping the kids away from their dad, picking the wrong damn dudes, being around people that just generally hate men in the first place, particularly black men, right? We have huge ass problems, okay? And I get it. I'm going to make videos and they're not going to be as fun and entertaining. They may not be on the subject, but they are important that you watch them. They are important that you support them. I can't talk about the things that we need to talk about if you're not supporting the videos. We can't get to real solutions if you don't want to watch the real messages, but you want to watch the junk. We can't move forward. Now, if y'all want me to put out the kind of shit that every other channel is doing, right? Where it's just entertainment, I can do that shit. I try to balance it. I feel like any video you watch is edited and done decently. Some is a little more entertaining than others, but I can't do it without you. And so, with that being said, I want to give a shout out to the gents before we get started. Before I give this shout out to the gents, I want to start the first video clip of the night, just to set the tone before I speak to the gents. Again, without you guys, I couldn't do it. Okay? We recently went over 47,000. We should be at 50,000 subscribers plus right now. But I see the views. The views are down. You know, it ain't warm right now, right? There ain't no women's chasing. People are trying to hold on to their money. People scared. I get it. But I'm trying to use this time before y'all get out in them streets, some of y'all, before y'all get out and travel and do all this stuff. I'm trying to get this deeper message out right now before it get warm outside and people forget. This is the time to talk about the deeper subjects. So let's get to this first video clip so I can do my shout out. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this, please.
Now, I don't know what a confusion came in at, but some of the most happiest, healthiest people roaming the face of the earth in this day and age are those who are single with their own source of income and still being taken care of. Don't miss that last part. So married folks who think y'all are better than those who are not, carry on. We want you to have that. Because we out here thriving, surviving, doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, and when we want to do it. And when we no longer want to do it, we can say bye-bye. We don't have to wait on the courts to divide, subtract, and add up our income and what we've built to share with nobody else. We ain't got that type of time. And we're wise enough to know that the dynamics of relationships and love is completely different from what it once was. And baby, we are fine. Y'all ain't got to worry about us.
Now, I'm going to put her up on the screen here, okay? And before we get into breaking this down, I'm going to go ahead and do some what's ups. We'll talk about and break down exactly a couple parts that she said, because this video, that clip that I just showed you guys, right? This clip right here basically sets the tone for the kind of shit that we're talking about. For everything I just said in the opening. Sets the tone for it. But before we get there, I want to shout out my gents. Again, where we at? Preston is in the house. Preston, great to see you, man. Thank you for always supporting the videos, always commenting, okay? You always comment, you always support. Thank you so much for that. Yo, Sean CTSG, big brother, homie in the house with the Green Money City peeps. That's right. Hell yeah, just hit the like button. That's right. Make sure you guys hit the like button, right? And if you find value from tonight's live stream and you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel so you can get this. We do this, I try to do this every Wednesday. If I don't, usually there's something else that came up. But for the most part, for the past 2-3 years, we've been doing this on Wednesdays, okay? I'd like to, when I move to a new place, every now and then we'll do this on a Friday. We'll do a Friday night jam session. I know I've promised that, but those are a little bit harder to do, okay? Because I got other obligations with my time, if y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? But I'm hoping that we can do jam sessions and stuff over the weekend, stuff like that. Those are all the things that'll be more possible once we're situated in the new studio, okay? Preston, I'm gonna skip you a little bit. Black men's and black women's. Lee Turner, thank you for being here, brother Lee. Brother Lee is in the house. Good evening, Sean C in the chat. Thank you for being here, brother Lee. I appreciate you. All right. If anything, these people are the ones who actually created this future amongst themselves. They're the ones who have divided themselves from their own happiness. Yeah, we'll talk about all that tonight. Hell yeah, let's piss them all the way the F off. It's their loss. All right, Preston says, of course, men aren't perfect, but neither are women. They are the ones who actually and literally said they don't need no man, but complain when they got exactly what they asked for. Yep, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, XO Pro in the house says salute chat. And he also said hit the like button. XO Pro, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for always supporting this channel for as long as you have. Always motivated one. He said the divide still in effect. I know it is. I know it is. And it's at this point, right? That's a great comment. You're absolutely correct. It is, and that's why we're talking about it. But at this point, as another one of those videos that I made that kind of goes in line with this conversation is the last video I tried to make showing that the brothers, the ones who actually out there trying to do the work, or at very least, want something different, right? Not trying to, you got some brothers that's like, hey, maybe they're not getting played because they're not trying to be players. They're not trying to be some of the bad guys. You got brothers out there who just changing their mindset like, yo, okay, look, I'm not going to sweat this. I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do. And that's why I said I've put out a series of videos highlighting that, hey, this family dynamic not being right is a problem. And then I'm trying to show that there are brothers out there who are trying to do the right thing. So if you are a woman watching this and you are confused, if there are good men out there, they are. Right? But again, that falls on y'all because now you could be like this woman. And it's not that there's not good men. It's just they'll never be good enough for you. They'll never be good enough. So you get what you're going to get. You basically, with this mindset, you've set your own path. And that's fine. But then get the hell off of here when you complain later that you older and you've used all your youth up. They didn't use you up, right? Look, I'm not going to knock it. Look, man, look, she stepped back. Look at them curves on that. Look at that sister is gorgeous. Not going to lie. Look, I ain't no hater, okay? I can recognize that she's a very beautiful woman, very voluptuous, beautiful black woman, okay? But the attitude, we got to get past that. That's the divide, man. Okay, you too good. Go ahead and do your thing. We're going to address that tonight, too. We're going to address all that tonight, baby. Y'all know what I do. Sean C, check your internet. It's freezing up. Well, ain't really much I can do about that. I apologize. Unfortunately, because I do have, actually, let me check something. Let me just make sure that my LAN cable is plugged in. We'll do this. We'll do this. I'll put her back up on the screen and y'all can watch this again. Just give me a second while I make sure I check the LAN cable.
Now, I don't know what a confusion came in at, but some of the most happiest, healthiest people roaming the face of the earth in this day and age are those who are single with their own source of income and still being taken care of. Don't miss that last part. So married folks who think y'all are better than those who are not, carry on. We want you to have that. Because we out here thriving, surviving, doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, and when we want to do it. And when we no longer want to do it, we can say bye-bye And we're wise enough to know that the dynamics of relationships and love is completely different from what it once was. And baby, we are fine.
Okay. She said, let me jump in this real quick before I forget. She said that the dynamics of dating relationship is not what it used to be. Okay. We hear y'all. Okay. We hear everything you're saying. Okay. It's not the same. Gotcha. Again, I've made this point. You all in the chat have made this point. My viewers of this channel have made this point. Every dude that I'm real tight with, like that's my, everybody can cook. Everybody can cook. Now, I've lived in a lot of tourist towns. I've met a lot of people. I've lived all over this country, right? I've been out of the country, but let's talk about in this country. I've heard more women tell me that they can't cook than I have men. Even if men are like, hey, I could do some stuff on the grill, whatever, right? Which I've said is a requirement as a man. You need to be able to grill some shit. Okay. You gotta be able to grill the meats. Okay. You don't know how to grill the meats, then your man card about to get pulled. You need to be able to at least grill some stuff. Okay. If shit go hell in a handbasket, and you gotta cut up a deer or some type of meat, you need to be able to know how to cook it over an open flame. All right, you got to know these things. All right. We get that things are different. But here's the thing. How many of y'all, a lot of people aren't good at math, but that was what I was really good at, right? I don't know if y'all know, but my profession was engineering, and math I was really good at. And one of the lessons and one of the tools you find out in math is that whenever you have an equation, right, and you have equal signs, whatever is on this side of the equation, right, it has to balance with the other side. So when you start moving stuff around from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation has to balance in order for it to remain true. This is a principle in math, okay? Now, women, particularly our women, and what we're talking about in today's, but we're saying women in general, modern women in general, have changed the equation. If you want to talk about economics, right? Supply, demand, all these different things, they have changed. They have made changes to the market. And so the demand is different, right? They've raised their prices. Let's use this for example, okay? The price of eggs right now, I've seen some ridiculous ass prices for the basic carton of eggs. I've seen $7, $8, $10. Let's go $10. Let's go $10 holla. Carton of eggs, cheap carton, $10. $10. Now let me tell you something. For those who desperately need eggs, you're gonna pay the $10. Let's say this thing goes up. There are eggs in some places that I've seen $17, $22. Okay? So two things gonna happen. The price of eggs rises up, and you have to figure out how much do I need eggs. If you desperately need them, you're gonna pay that price. Fair and simple. Or here's another thing. Or maybe you might see that the fake eggs is cheaper. Yes, the eggs that are fake, you may not normally eat them eggs. You may not normally like them eggs. But when you see that them eggs is $4 for a carton, where you got to go buy $22, right? 4.22. Okay. People are going to shift their buying. And that's what's going on. Some women have raised their standards really high. They've raised them so high that they've priced some men out of the market. Okay? Oh, these men are losers. They're lame. Tried to talk about that in recent videos. You didn't did everything but you didn't even call that dude a child of God. That's how bad women are with talking about some of these dudes. And then when some of these dudes say, you know what? I left out of the country and I found me my own woman. And what do y'all do? Then you get on the internet and you say, oh my God, he's a lame because he went some other place and found him a woman. Or some dudes are like, okay, well, my own women don't even want to talk to me. So you go and you find some other woman gives you attention. Some other woman gives you act right and treats you the way you want to. And then y'all get mad at that shit. See, you want to have your cake and eat it too. I hate that statement, but that's what y'all want. Y'all want it all. Y'all basically want to reduce men to slaves, but you don't like those men that give you everything you want because y'all continue statistically to sleep with the men that's giving you the worst family dynamics. So yes, ma'am, y'all can do whatever you want. You make your money. You ain't got to share with nobody. Okay. But that's not the way sisters was back then. And this lady acknowledged that things aren't the same. Okay. But don't complain when you get what the hell you asked for. Don't complain that there ain't no good men out there when you have treated good men like shit and you waited till your value went down, which you think your value is still high, but your value with men has gone down. Listen, check this out. This next video clip that we're going to watch right here, I want you, shout out to the Desirable Truth. This brother be getting the interviews, okay? This brother be getting some interviews, okay? And he reached out to me a long time ago, but shout out to this brother right here. I love what he does, you know, and I don't know how he could be out in this heat and get all these damn interviews, but I want y'all to hear these women. This is not going to sound like anything new to anybody who's watched this channel or watched any of these channels. But I'm trying to connect some puzzle pieces tonight to get to the root of the problem. All right. These are beautiful women, but I want you to see how unrealistic what they're talking about really is and how your average everyday dude can't withstand this. How can your average everyday dude withstand this?
What's your age?
Does it matter?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm 31. 33.
31 and 33. So they're at the wall now. Okay, this is the wall age. I'm not saying they're not beautiful. I'm not saying men ain't gonna want them in their 30s. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that at this age, their value is starting to go one way, and this is when, if you've done the work, your value as a man should be going the other way. Okay, let me just put that there. All right, let's go.
What's the biggest challenge you run into dating 30-year-old men?
They lie.
They lie. That's who she meeting? Let's keep on.
They're broke.
What's the biggest challenge in dating? They meet liars and they meet broke dudes. But here's the funny thing. I'm gonna let this play. I'm sorry I'm stopping it, but we need to dissect this before we move forward. It's very important. Tonight, I know I normally let it play. We got to dissect this on the way. There's a reason. They lie, they broke. Okay. Now, remember that. Now, listen very closely to the type of men that come up to her.
You're meeting broke men at 30?
I mean, I'm not meeting them, but there's multiple men out there that are broke.
Did you get that? Did you get that? Ladies, any ladies listening? Okay? Really think about what just what happened in that exchange. I'm going to tell y'all why that's crazy work. If you're not meeting broke men, then why are you out here putting that information out? Why is it about the dollar sign if you're not even meeting that type of dude? Well, you know, I be hearing my girlfriends talk about the broke dudes, the broke dudes. You see, you all are the ones, ladies, who are setting a standard. You just set the standard. This is on you. Because unprovoked, something that you don't even have experience with based on what she said. And let's go back to her. I want y'all to see what she looked like. Okay, let's look. She's a little thicky with it or whatever. Actually, no, I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on in that mid area. Okay, you know, when ladies hold a hand near their midsection, that's something they want to cover up, a little pooch or something. And you know what, baby? You know what I mean? Like they got men out here, you know, don't mind a little pooch. Okay, don't mind a little bit of little thickness on you. Okay, right? You know, I like a little thickness. Okay, I'm 200, almost 270 pounds, right? Like you can't just be some tiny ass stick. Okay. Now that don't mean I need you, you know, some of these, you know, calorie plus women to come through too, talk about you. Well, hey, 2 tons of fun, baby. Okay. I do have some fitness standards. Okay, let's put that out there. But why am I saying this? This is a good looking woman. Why are you talking about broke dudes? Why are you even talking about money in the first place? On something that you say you're not experiencing. Women hear women like this. You all are influencing each other. And as I've stated in multiple videos, y'all are keeping each other single. You all are keeping each other single. And you don't even realize. Let's get back to this.
I mean, I'm not meeting them, but there's multiple men out there that are broke.
So how much income should a 30-year-old guy be bringing in now in 2023?
100K
Over
plus.
100K, yeah.
100K minimum.
And you think that's realistic?
Yeah.
If you put the effortness and the hustle
It's
into
very,
it,
it's very,
possible.
very.
So these women have in their minds, I want you to hear that. These women have in their minds, they say it's possible. Look, matter of fact, on the screen, what did it say right there? Y'all read that right there? It say very possible for a 30-year-old to be making 6 figures. It is possible. But what does the law of averages say? The law of averages says no. Okay. When I hit 30, okay, I had already been in my career for 11 years at that point. Okay. At 11 years. And I was only making about $55,000 to $60,000 at the age of 30. Now, mind you, this was a number of years ago. Okay, it's creeping up on 2 decades ago. Okay, but hear me out, right? The issue with that expectation is it's not that at 30 a man is in his career building years. If he has a job making 6 figures, great. But y'all, again, as women, don't understand economics. Y'all out here got it like, oh, every man should have a 6-figure job. It is not possible. Should it be possible that men can make 6 figures? Absolutely. But the economy is not set up that way. The economy is the key. How do you think we have so many more billionaires now than we've ever had? It's because the money is being sucked from the very bottom. It's actually being sucked out of the middle class. A strong middle class, for us that are in the Gen X generation and above, we were told that the foundation of a strong economy is the middle class, which is absolutely correct. If your middle class is strong, that's when you see some of the biggest years of prosperity, right? Because people are buying houses, they're buying cars, they're able to take care of, they're having families, they're buying more shit, they're spending more of their income, their disposable income is being spent, and the economy spins. But what's been happening for a very long time is that the middle class is getting squeezed. And so, because women aren't paying attention to that shit, you start having requirements like this. That a 30-year-old man needs to be making 6 figures, not 35, not 40, a 30-year-old man. Hell, some of these women have said 25-year-olds should be making it. You guys have been drinking too much of that goddamn Kool-Aid. You all are watching too many of these social media people. You are watching too many dudes with chains on and renting these fake-ass cars, right? Trying to live these fake-ass lifestyles. And you think that's real life. Who's delusional now? Who is delusional now?
Possible.
But do you know what percentage of the US is actually bringing in 100K?
Very low. I don't know the percentage.
About
but it's
10%
low.
probably. Like
10%.
Yeah.
So if it's 10% of the US, why is that the expectation at 30?
I don't know. We have that question.
I'm going to back this up real quick. Excellent question. Excellent question by my boy. Check this out.
Very possible.
But do you know what percentage of the US is actually bringing in 100K?
Very low. I don't know the percentage.
About
but it's
10%
low.
probably. Like
10%.
So they know the numbers roughly, right? They know the numbers, which might be even less than 10%. But let's go with the 10%, right? We talk about the top 20, 10%, right? Let's use those numbers. They know the numbers. But the answer is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So if it's 10% of the US, why is that the expectation at 30?
I don't know. We have that question. Tell us.
Are you
Tell us? Wait, well, didn't the last woman say, we know everything. We do it by ourselves. How can you be such an independent, so-called independent woman and don't have the damn answer when asked? You know why? Because y'all don't care. Y'all don't care.
yourself bringing in 100K as a woman?
I am, as a woman, more actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that makes you easier to date?
No, it's actually harder. So yes, women that are intelligent and make more money than men, it's harder to date.
Okay. Okay, let's work with that. Let's work with that. She knew some answers. She realizes it's harder to date because she's making more money. And if you go back to the first woman who I played, what did she say? She said, we're making all this money. We don't need to do anything. But you out in the streets, which means that the men who are making as much as you or more ain't picking you. Why? Because usually men who are her age that are making it what she's making or more can get younger. Why would he deal with these sassy ass 30-year-olds who don't seem to want to bring value to a man? Why would he select that? Why would any man that makes the money that a lot of these women want, why would they pick sassy ass broads? And the answer is a sane man wouldn't. He might want to clap them cheeks, but he is not going to do that if he's a single man that makes good money. This is what we're trying to tell y'all. We're trying to give you the game. But your greed won't let you see the answers. You think that I'm trying to be the bad guy. And I told y'all in 2025, I don't give a shit. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to bring shame back. So you kind of mess with me in the wrong year. I don't give a shit. Okay? I'm doing well. I'm going to be doing well, right? Don't matter. And this is not me trying to brag that I'm better than anybody. I'm saying to you that there are other hardworking men who are doing well. They're doing well and they're by themselves and they're making 50, 60 grand a year and doing well. I'll give y'all a math problem. I told y'all I'm good at math. Let me give you a math problem. Y'all tell me in the chat who is doing better. You ready? Okay. You have a woman, maybe beautiful like the other woman. Let's say she's making $120,000 a year. Okay. 120 by herself. But she has a bunch of college debt. She has a bunch of credit card debt, student loans, all that stuff. She bought herself a very nice, she got her own house. She's paying a nice, sizable mortgage. She has a nice car. She has all this nice stuff. She's paying for her nails, brunches, and all this stuff. At the end of the month, she only have a few dollars left. She's living check to check. Plus, she's got all this stuff, okay? And all this debt. And then you have this man over here, single man, no kids. He's making 60 grand a year, okay? No kids, no debt, has his own apartment, has his own car, goes to the gym. He has no debt. And he actually has enough money to save at the end of every month. He has extra money. If something comes up, he can afford an emergency. He's not living check to check. Who is doing better? Who's doing better? I submit to you that it is the dude who's making 60 grand, who don't have a bunch of debt, who can save money every month, who have money to invest. And so some of you women that's out there who, I'm doing so much better, you are the woman with the debt. Some of y'all have debt. The stats say, yeah, right there. The champ says the man. Lee says the man who saves, the man who invests. Because even though he may not have it right now, in the long run, if he's saving and he's investing, he's going to overtake that woman, because it's going to take a lot of years for her to pay off that debt. And the money that she's using to pay off debt, this dude is using to invest. It's just going to take a little time. So in 20 years of saving, he's got wealth, or he's accumulating wealth. This is why you see men that are my age, 50, 55, 60, right? That's when you start seeing men doing their best, because they start thinking with that mindset through that lens. And y'all not willing to grow and build with that man. Y'all not even willing to help those men. And so, I'm sorry, I'm on a point. I'm on a roll right now. I'm on a roll. I'm going to get y'all comments when I can. But I told y'all tonight, we got to get through this. Now, let me show you what happens, what's going to happen to these women. I'm going to show y'all tonight what's going to happen to these same young ass women who going through life like, I can do it on my own. I'm telling you, I've seen this, and some of y'all see this in your own families. Y'all see it. It's there. The evidence is there. You ready? Check this out.
Do you have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes, I'll say 100,000 or more.
Woo!
Yes. Yes. Yes, Kendra.
Even if you want a six-figure man is required.
Yes.
Tell me
definitely.
why.
Pardon me?
Tell me why you couldn't date a man that made 70K.
Because I raised my standards. I raised my standards, and I know anything and everything is possible.
Except that.
Ma'am, back in your day, the price of gas was 79 cents a gallon. Bread was about 35 cents a loaf. How at 61, you going to come right back into the dating market after all these years and demand a six-figure man? You better go back down to the blues house, find you a hoochie coochie man. I'm a hoochie coochie man. Huh. Everybody know that I'm here.
My dude clowning over here, man. Let me get her back up there. Oh, perfect. Six-figure man. Okay. Y'all don't even see it. And you're like, we're okay with being alone. That's a lie. It's not that y'all can't adapt to being alone, but that's not what y'all intended. And that's not what y'all originally wanted. And some women, pride is so strong, they can't even admit, hey, I messed up. I can't even admit, hey, I might have been wrong about this. That's why I bring moms on the show, Because moms will tell you, yo, these women are messing up. I know. Me and my mom have had that conversation. And we can't have it too long because, believe it or not, I'm the one that get frustrated. Because for you guys out there that have a good mother and you love your mom, you want to see your mom end up with a good person. You didn't want to see your mom with some asshole that was going to take advantage of her and use her and all this stuff. Nobody wants that, especially if you got a good mother who's doing her best. And I can say my mom did her damn best. Okay? My mom's a good woman. But even she will acknowledge she chased after the wrong man for too long. And she basically priced herself out of her own market. I've seen it. I'm not coming on here just bullshitting y'all. I'm telling y'all what I have seen. It's not even the only person. My mom ain't even the only person. Seen it in other people's families, seen it in other people in my family, in other people's families, right? I hear from stories. I'm telling you. You all aren't thinking long term. Y'all thinking about the now. And listen, y'all so much in the now. Y'all really need to. I told y'all a long time ago, shit is gonna get bad. I predicted this probably about 2 years ago. I said, oh man. I said, y'all don't see what's coming. Y'all don't see what's happening in the market. Y'all playing checkers. You don't need to be playing chess. You need to be playing 5 moves ahead. You all aren't seeing what's going on. Y'all didn't want to listen. This is not, ladies, nobody's trying to tell you that you got to, nobody's trying to put you back in the kitchen and whatever. Y'all can't even work with the men today who y'all do this narrative of, oh, well, we got to give our domestic labor to a man, blah, blah, blah. Yo, there are good dudes out there who have no problem cooking for their woman. Men that take pride in their food and you know what, baby? I got this tonight. I'm about to lay this thing down. Me and my woman, I'll be like, oh, I'm about to make this. I'm gonna bring you a bowl. I just got my Tupperware back. I gotta bring her Tupperware back. Because we cook for each other. That's love. We're gonna talk about that later too, but that's love. Okay? Why you all it's about the money. That's why I talked about in my last video about men wanting respect. We don't give a damn about your love. We care about your respect because y'all don't love. Okay? Love, y'all still leave from love. You stay because you respect that man. You respect that man enough to know, hey, being with this man is respectful to myself. Right? But here you go. This is your future. And maybe you're okay with that. Okay. But when you're not happy with it, stay your ass off of social media talking about it. Okay? Because I want to help the men and the women who want to find good men and good women so we can get back to having relationships again, having families. It is so important. I can admit that I was wrong as a young man. I don't think I was wrong. I was actually trying for that. But I went through a cynical period. I was wrong. I can admit that. I told you I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be. I'm just not. I'm trying to be realistic. Oh man, shout out to Chosen. Yo, my dude, where in the world are you? Are you with Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world are you? He said, what up, TSG? Sorry for being MIA. I'm alive and back from Brazil for the 1,000th time. God dang. Chosen, you up in Brazil, man. Man, oh, yo, my dude. That is awesome. Let me get this banner going, man. Let me put Chosen down in this banner. Chosen, you might have to be in the banner for 2 weeks straight. I'm glad you're alive, bro. I'm so glad. Oh, I am glad you are good, man. Oh man, we didn't know where you was at, fam. Make sure y'all salute the brother up in there, man. Chosen one of the OGs of this channel with the $10 holla. Thank you so much. There we go. All right. Let me get that across there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, man, with the man Chosen, bro, man, great to have you back up in here. You see, he got a wrench, right? It's one of my moderators, man. Straight up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Zick, man. Thank you so much. At what age is it too late? When women are no longer desirable and men no longer have anything to gain? Ooh, I like that. Zick, I'm gonna get you down there. Hold on, let me write this down so I make sure that I get you guys on the tickler down there. You're right about that one, man. And we're gonna talk about that. Absolutely correct. When is it enough? And that's what men are trying to ask. Let me, Devin, man, before I get to you, let me get back to Zick real quick. That's what y'all got to understand. You all got to understand. I talked earlier about markets, right? The market has to desire those eggs at $22. If the market doesn't think that it's worth $22, then the market ain't gonna pay for it. All right. And two things gonna happen. It's gonna sit at that shelf at that same price, or it's gonna have to get marked down. And here's the thing. There are a lot of women who just like think their price is higher than what it is, and it's not. It's like if you have a collectible and you think to you that collectible is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And somebody come along and say, you know what? I give you $50 for it. I can't sell it. It's worth thousands of dollars. I've had it for years, whatever. Look, I'm telling you, it's worth $50. Take it or leave it. And some of y'all coochie just worth $50. I'm just playing. That's a joke. Okay, that's a joke. Don't get mad. Okay, don't get mad. Oh, Devin, man, thank you very much for being here. I'm trying to get y'all down so I don't forget to put y'all down in the tickler, okay? Thank you all both, Zick, Devin, for the $5 hollers. Winner is here. And in a minute, Black women won't have 50-50 Black men to choose from. White and Hispanic women will take those short Black men with no swag and make less than 100. Look, ladies, y'all don't understand, and this is whether these men are saying it or not, talking about winners here, blah, blah, blah. There are several bubbles that are happening. We saw it recently. If y'all didn't know, the stock market had a huge drop. And that's because the Chinese came out with DeepSeek, this cheaper version or cheaper way. It made AI cheaper, as far as we know. But the point is, the other people had rose their price up by telling people that, hey, it's going to cost all these billions and billions of dollars, right? It's going to cost billions in order for us to make AI. And we need y'all to invest in our chips. And we need the infrastructure, these buildings and all the people. We're going to get all the jobs is going to get rid of it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? So that's what was going on with this AI thing, right? Oh, it's getting huge, right? Hell, everybody was looking at Nvidia to try to invest in Nvidia. This CPU that's running this operation is an Nvidia graphics card. Okay, I got an Nvidia graphics card. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. But they're talking about doing these semiconductors that actually, can process AI. And then the Chinese came in with DeepSeek. Right? And what happened? The market lost $1 trillion in a day. Yo, it's crazy. Okay. Bro, people trying to figure this shit out now. Like, oh my God. People that had their money in Nvidia, it was like, you knew Nvidia was going to the moon. Now everything is in question. Everything associated with that shit is in question. Why am I telling you this? Why am I telling all of y'all this? There are several bubbles that are out there. There's housing bubble, there's rental bubbles, there's debt bubbles, right? A lot of people just living off of credit cards and debt and hate and old Gina juice, okay? Living off of shit that it's just crazy. You can't live off of that. These cars aren't even moving, right? You got auto bubbles. There's so many bubbles that's ready to pop. Thought things were bad in 2008. The great thing is when the bubble popped, there was enough time, right? A lot of people want to knock on, you know, the first black president, right? But they want to knock on that dude, but he had the trouble of trying to get us past that bubble that popped. The current president now is going, if that thing pops during that, he's gonna have a hell of a time. He's gonna have to figure this thing out. And here's the thing. It don't matter how you voted on this. This is what I'm trying to hear me out. This affects us all. And these are the things that we as men for our families have to pay attention to, no matter which side you're on. It's the what's going on that's going to affect my family's ability to eat. If you only eat eggs, right now you hurting because them eggs are $22. If you got to drive a long ways and drive a lot and use up gas, hey man, that gas right now, that gas is starting to creep back up again. You all trying to do it on your own, right? You can go faster alone, but we can go further together. And that's not the mindset of modern women today, and particularly our women. They're not trying. Okay? I have a clip that I'm going to end off with. I just remember I got it because I want to end off on a positive note, but we're not about to end yet. I got more to show you. Okay? TSG will be at 50K subs soon. You moving up, TSG. Nothing but love, boss man. Nothing but, hey, Chosen, man. It's all good. It's all good. We're going to get there. We are going to get there. Preston says, hell no, you definitely can't fix something that these women broke. Is their problem now. Oh, my God. AI is a huge bubble, right? So, hey, Black Dev, thanks for being here. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, that's just one bubble. On my YouTube feed, I have multiple YouTube channels, right? In terms of one I watch, I have this one that I do this business with, and right, I got a bunch of stuff going on, right? The one that I just watched last night, I should have went to bed a little bit earlier, but the car ones keep popping up. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was looking at luxury cars, okay? Because I'm waiting. I love Mustangs, and I want another Mustang. But sometimes I watch and see what other luxury cars are out there, right? But when you start watching car videos, you're not gonna just get, hey, Sean's next luxury car that he wants to own. Nah, that's not it, right? That's not the next thing. I'm looking at these videos where the market for cars is going to pop. They are putting trucks that used to be $30,000, $40,000. These things are $100,000. They cost how much a house used to cost 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Okay. Some of y'all might still, even in some of them, the best housing places, you know, your best house is still $150,000. The car, these trucks, these cars cost as much as a damn house in some of these states. Make that make sense. So there, ladies, there's a bunch of shit going on. You all are worried about a man making six figures, and smart men are like, okay, I don't make six figures, but guess what? My income is being saved. I'm not out in these streets. I'm not out in these streets like that. Who's doing better? Who's doing better? And not in the Pacific Northwest. Average cost is $650, and that's a shack. Hey, Joe Blow, thank you for being here. I lived up in Washington State, right? When I was stationed out there, I was stationed out there twice. So I got 8 years up in the Pacific Northwest. And it's amazing what people are telling me about the housing prices, just the inflationary prices. I haven't been up there since since I left in 2012. Okay, so it's been 13 years. Jesus Christ. Wow, it don't even feel that long. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, point being is, when I hear that, right? Like people used to can make it out there, right? Again, Seattle was still a little expensive, a little pricey, but now it's getting to the part where all of it is getting pricey. And this is happening around the country. Listen, I'm not trying to stay on economics, but I'm trying to get y'all to see that us being divided is leading to larger problems that's going to be unforeseen later. And you all we'll get there. I'll make my final point, but y'all are saying it right in the chat. Devin says, I'm seeing how these cars ain't selling. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. I got to fix the banners real quick. Let me get these in there. Because you guys, but yeah, like we see these price change. We see the inflation, how inflation is, but a lot of women are missing, they don't see the bubbles. And y'all don't even get it. The bubbles, if they pop, like we seen people lose wealth, have all their money in Nvidia and lose that shit because of a bubble pop, because it was propped up on fake ass promises. And this is why it's important to have men, real men, because real men, even if your man not invested, he still listen, and he might go to work and he might listen to other men who invest. And a smart man is like, okay, I'm gonna get a feel for what they, I've been hearing them. I'm gonna go get a financial advisor, or I'm gonna, talk to somebody I know who got started and is doing really well. The point is, that's how us men function. And that's not how women are functioning, right? Y'all not listening to the people y'all supposed to be listening to. All right, let's listen to this next clip. Sorry, I've been going on, but it's really important point. Really important points being made. Check this out.
So you don't want to cook and clean ever?
We can hire somebody for that. I don't mind, but I'm just saying, like, that shouldn't be all I am to you.
Do you want to be?
Listen, I just made the point earlier. There are good men out there who don't have a problem with cooking and cleaning and helping out. But at the same time, like, you got women who just like, no, not doing it. That's not what I do. Matter of fact, again, grown-ass adults that say they don't know how to cook. Craziness.
Be a housewife one day or not?
I don't want to work, so.
Well, if you want to be a housewife, you better get your ass in the kitchen, learn how to make a sandwich. You got to make sure you get the meat to lettuce ratio just right. Right?
Listen, you guys are having great conversations in the chat. I'm sorry I can't get to them, but we got to get through this, all right? I played this clip. I'm not going to sit here and rag on her too long. We're going to get to the next clip. But I put this clip in there specifically because the mindset is modern women today, they don't want to work, right? But they also don't want to even help out the house. She talked about hiring somebody. Do you see this mindset? Our women used to help, right? I get what the woman said in the very first clip, that it's not the same anymore. But you show me any really, really successful marriage, family, that both people aren't contributing in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if you're not working, you need to give that man peace. And a lot of y'all women want to lay up on a man and he going to buy this and he going to take care of 100% of the bills and this, that, and the third, but you don't even provide peace to that man that's doing all that shit. And then if a man is making that much money to do that shit, he ain't home. He is not home. And if your man is home all the time and he's making a bunch of money, I question how he makes his money. You can't have it all, and y'all want it all. I had this talk with my girl, right? We were talking about how when you make six figures, they don't give you six figures. You don't make six figures most of the time. and not have to sacrifice something. Something. You're going to sacrifice time. You're going to sacrifice your sanity. You're going to sacrifice seeing your wife, your kids. Okay? Something is going to get sacrificed when you make six figures. It could even be your soul. It could even be your companionship. Something most people don't make six figures or more and not sacrifice something to get it. They just not handing it out. That's why so few people make it. Because it's not easy. And there's some people who can make it. Right? I can go back to engineering and make more than I make right now. But there's a sacrifice there. My time, my health, my energy, my sanity, control of my schedule. The sacrifices. And it sounds to me that there are a lot of modern women who aren't willing to make the same sacrifices for their men as they expect their men to make for them, which is crazy to me. So why would any man want to deal with this shit? He's not. Now, let's get back. Again, that woman didn't really want to be a housewife. She wanted to hire a maid. You know, her husband got to take care of it. And I got to put this next clip right behind here because it serves to show two things. Women now want to make easy money. They don't care about building anything. I'm not saying all. There are some black women out there doing some great, amazing things. But again, you are locked in. Some of those women are locked in and they're moving like they are men. And so they are shocked when men don't want them because a hetero man, don't want to be with another dude. And some of you women are acting that way. But let me just show you how women are keeping women single right here.
Guess what this woman right here is crying about?
Like, I just got off of work. I can't do it anymore.
She don't want to work anymore. But what's even worse is what she really wants to do. Wait, it gets even worse. You need to see what the women in her comment section were saying about it. This is me since I was 16. Real. This is literally how I feel. Oh my God. I'm not built for it. I feel this, tired of working. Get that bag, queen. This is legit me once or twice a week. This is so real. This is so real. Here's where it gets interesting. I feel the same way. I started my OF last year and a BF who pays my bills. You can get out. You're pretty. No, I understand this. Do what you do. Girl, it's okay. And I think you would make some money. I think that's what she wanted to write from OF. So don't rule it out. You gorge, you can do it. Find that rich white man, girl. Sister, this is why I became a scripper. Jobs are simply not for me. Like, I'm thinking about it at this point. Honestly, same here, boo. Let's get this bag. I think I came across one comment that told her she shouldn't do it. What does that tell you about our current state of society?
Yes, Lee, shout out to Black Guru. Yeah, listen, these guys that are doing these videos, right? Because I don't do these type of videos. And no, his hair blue. No, Preston, no. It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting on it, right? That's funny. Is it blue hair? If he had blue hair, whatever, man. You know, he did it change what his message was? It absolutely did not. But let me, y'all know I like to, let me put this camera view on this young lady. There you go. All right, let's do that. Okay, let's put it right there. The most disappointing part, actually, the whole thing is disappointing. It just goes to the point I was originally making that women are keeping other women single. Women are giving women advice, and you all are sinking yourself further and further in a hole that is keeping us from being together. again, us men have our issues, yes. But I have said on this channel, here we are about our purpose. We're about business. Are we perfect? No, but we are striving to be the best version of ourselves. That's why I talk about live your best life. It comes through operating in your purpose, operating and doing, having that sense of purpose that is bigger than yourself. Seeing further ahead. Again, not all men may be there, but what I try to promote here is men to be there. And part of that is how we select our women. But how can we select good women when we got to deal with the mindset like this? How? And you can say, well, I seen this a mile away. How? How did you see it a mile away? Right? You got regular ass women. It ain't just the 304s and the thoughts saying that stuff, even though that might some of the comments might reveal that. Sometimes you got regular women who like, for real, I feel that. Regular ass women. And that's because they have no respect for real men. Period. So when we talk about these issues, right? This is all you all. This is what you all chose. I'm going to play this one real quick. You all may have heard this one, but I think it's important because, and regardless what you think about the woman saying it, because I don't know how y'all might feel about it, but I want you to hear the message. The message is very important. We're talking about marriage. What's important in marriage? And a lot of these women today don't have the right mindset on what's important when it comes to marriage. Check this out.
But I want to say this, but those women with the smaller rings, at least the ones I'm referring to, are 10, 15 years into marriage, very happy and solid, and they got the gold. But it's so, wait a minute, and let me go this, and then on year number 10, when they got that upgraded ring looking like my rock, but they got the rock, the husband and the family and the marriage. And so, and the longevity. And so I think it's subjective. Some women just want the ring because they're marrying the idea of the man. They're not marrying the man. And some women don't care about that and they still get the ring. I was one of them where I didn't care about so much the ring until I got it. I was like, damn, this thing nice, right? But at the same time, we have to figure out what are we really in this for? Because some folks on year number 5 or 10 or 3 upgraded, and the ring becomes everything you want, and you're with the person you really want to.
Right.
Now, I understand that she was speaking from the perspective of, hey, women are looking for this idea of a ring. But I think that one of the things that I think that women are messing up is that instead of talking about the bag and the ring as much as they do, hear me out, that they need to talk more about the character of the man, right? It's like so much gets put on, he's this tall, he looks like this, and girl, he did this for me. But women aren't holding each other to account for how that man operates, how that man is as a man. So when women say, well, men are messed up too, and this, that, and the third, I agree. Some men are jacked up. Their mindset is messed up. They've been messed over by women. They don't know how to move on, blah, 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 right? Maybe they don't have the skills to really talk to you like this. Look, we can talk about all of that. But men can't adjust and change unless you make it a requirement. And the thing is, y'all are requiring the ring, the ceremony, the marriage, and shit that don't matter over the character of the man. And you wonder why you unhappy in the marriages. You wonder why you unhappy. Because the things that you want are superficial. You can, the chance, no, it's not real happiness. Oh, snap. Is that who I think it is? Dakota's Jenkins. Hope you all got your passport. I got mine. Save yourself. Hey, yo, where you been at, fam? Great to see you. Let me get this. Let me get this on the banner, man. Yo, thank you for the $2 holla, baby. I love it. Man, it's great to see y'all coming through tonight. Oh, man. Man, how you been, brother? Let me get that. See, I be trying to front on y'all, right? I should be putting my reading glasses on, and because it's time for me to get some new contact lenses. But your boy, I just got so much going on right now. There we go. Let's get back to it. Yeah, Joe says my wife won't even let me upgrade the ring. She likes the one I got her. She says spend the money on the kids, the house, etc. Now let me tell you something. You know how I know these women, Joe, and the rest of you gents, you know how I know these women don't know what the hell they're talking about? Because they would rather have you spend $30,000 plus on a ring and a wedding and all this, right? You know what? I don't ever hear them. And listen, if I come across the clip, I will play it. I'm looking to compile. I want to put out a video one day of actually I should do that, but I'm still looking for it. Like the positive women, man. I'm trying to find it. They don't even put themselves out. They'll say some shit that sound positive, like, oh, I'm this, that, and the third. And then they'll say some shit and they'll be like, oh, well, there we go. Or they'll make it seem like they're doing better. You got to vet these women. Like, you know what I mean? And so I'm going to make the video because I think it's important to show that. And I'm going to show it tonight too, right? I'm going to show something very positive tonight at the end of this video or at the end of this live stream. But I'm just saying, oh my God, man. Lee, thank you for the $2 haul. He said, great content. Sean C. Hey, not a problem, brother. Like, look, you all, this channel is powered by you all, man. Right? This is y'all. All right? This is you guys. All right, man. I don't even know why I'm fronting. I don't even know why I'm fronting on here, right? Okay, we're going to do this right. Oh, God bless me, baby. Oh, man. I just made myself feel old, y'all. I don't know how we even did that. Oh, I got to go to the optometrist soon, man. I really do. Okay, we good there. Jesus Christ. That's very embarrassing for me. I'm not going to lie to y'all, Jason. TSG, my wife is all about business, Asian about business and family. See, but there you go. It don't even matter if she Asian or not, man. If you find you a woman who, see, that was the point I really wanted to make in that last clip. Let me just give me a second. Please bear with me and we'll get to the next one. This one right here is the point I was really trying to make.
So you
right here, check this out. When we watch this clip right here, she don't cook, computer. All lights off. Computer, light one off. So this was the point I was trying to make. This woman is about, we got to hire a maid. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. These women don't want to help men. Like they don't want to help to journey and build with that man. They just want to be at the finish line. And so you get people like Joe, right? Oh, why you dating blah, blah, blah? Why she gotta look like this? And why I ain't a sister? Right? Look, men are like, yo, y'all have changed the market. What did I say earlier? If a person ain't willing to pay $22 for eggs, they'll go get the egg substitute. And in some cases, they'll be like, well, you know what? I didn't know this egg substitute was actually really good. Hey, the doctor said my cholesterol is lower because I'm eating the egg substitute. I'm just using this as an example, y'all. But that's just to say, and it's not to say that the egg substitute don't have value. It does. It has value in a different way than just buying the $22 cartons of eggs. I'm just using this as examples. But this is a perfect example of some of you women have to bring more value to the table than I look good, my coochie fire, and you think you got a great personality. Because dudes stroked your ego because they were trying to hit. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Joe, hey, we got to pay the cost to live in the best area of the country. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if I can deal with the rain anymore, but I can honestly say one thing. Some of the most, it is an amazing place to live. If you can get past the rain, right? Pacific Northwest is fire, okay? When I lived up there, I met LeBron James, right? Cleveland Cavaliers had played against the Seattle Supersonics, and I was at this club called Club Rock Salt, which is by the water. So it was a really nice club. This is the kind of place you like to dress up and look cool, wherever, right? And LeBron James was like 19 years old at the time, right? And I was 25 or 26, something like that. And I shook his hand. And you know what? I never know I'm tall until I'm around other tall people. So normally when you're tall all your life, you're just looking at the same angle. You're looking down at everybody, right? So I don't think about being tall. But when you see other people like taller than you, and you're like, oh shit. And you look around, you're like, wait a minute, they're taller than me, but I'm tall too. And so I'm embarrassed to say, but I was in my early 20s, right? My mid 20s. And so that night I went around telling women I played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I went around telling women I played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, yeah, did you not see me over there with LeBron and them? Robert Tractor Trailer, you know, like that's my boy. See, he played for New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans, and I'm good. Let me get them digits. Let me get them digits. Oh, man. All right, let's get to the next clip. So, is there music with this clip?
Look.
Okay. So, that's Game TSG, work that angle. Hell yeah, man. Look, I told y'all, I don't mess around, bro. Like I'm telling you. Heck, my fiance wants a big wedding because the family's big. His frat is big. Personally, I said, let's go to the courthouse. I don't need $30K wedding, but he wants to. If he wants to, that's fine. You know what I mean? Did the LeBron cap work? Hell yeah, it worked. Because look, when you out in the club, they just see you tall, you know? If they see me over there talking to the other basketball players the whole time, you know, the basketball players are more likely to talk to me because I'm a tall dude. I was dressed nice. Hell yeah, it worked. Oh, man. Look, I'm not saying every play you gonna do works or every play I ever did work, but I will tell you that when it does, it feels really good. Okay. All right, let me put this up on the screen real quick.
Look, when there's marriage, money is involved. And I'm happy to see that some of these women are starting to feel the pain of what some of us men have been going through. Because y'all love cheering on a woman when she gets this type of money. Well, it's time to start cheering on these men. But I also want to point out, it isn't always the brothers out here running through these women's pockets. Because a lot of you black women think if you just go out and get someone of another race, that everything will be okay. Everything is all gravy, baby. But as you can see, it's not. I am not saying these men are right or wrong for what they're doing. I'm just saying these women are confused into thinking that only us brothers do stuff like this. You had so much to say about Mary J. Blige's husband. What y'all gonna say about these dudes? The sad part is there's bad men in every race. So y'all gonna stop dumping it on us because all these women had to learn the hard way, thinking that they can just take that route and everything was going to be cool. And now they see it's not. But keep doing what you want to do. I just want to point out the fact that it isn't just us because y'all love throwing us under the bus. But these dudes are running through their pockets like Emmitt Smith.
Shout out to this brother, man. He's putting out some good clips, whatever, right? And but he makes a great point, okay? Ladies, particularly my sisters that are listening, I get it. You have some black men that are going to hurt you. But here's the thing. That's happening in every race. You are not special, okay? When I lived in upstate New York, I watched some of my I call them the male models, right? These dudes were like my height and taller that I played basketball with, right? I call them all Americans. They look like they should have been playing on somebody's football team, you know, hair blowing in the wind and shit. Like these are the kind of dudes that I hung out with when I lived in upstate New York, right, in Saratoga. Okay, and if you don't know, Saratoga is a very fancy, rich horse racing town. Okay, but here's the thing: I watched these dudes go out, and they were just running through girls. Okay, now here's the thing: they were running through women. Honestly, ironically enough, these dudes were shy as hell. I'd be like, yo, man, she checking you out, bro. Man, she ain't looking at me like that. I'm like, bro, if she check you out any harder, she just jump in the same pants with you right now, right? Like, if she check you out any harder, she'll burn a hole through your head, son. Like, these dudes just kind of like, I'll talk to her later. They were shy. It's funny, these dudes were getting looked at by all these women. I wasn't, because I was like the only black dude up there at the time. But at the time. But the funny thing is, I watched these dudes when they did talk to the girls. I'm watching these girls tee-hee-hee. Too many of you women get tee-hee-hee for a certain type of dude. Okay? Y'all have a type. And then when the dude play you over and over, instead of saying, yo, I got to stop picking this toxic ass dudes, what do y'all do? Y'all blame us. Y'all blame every man for what a few men did to you, instead of realizing that you're not healed and you keep picking the wrong people. So this goes to both black men and black women particularly, but men and women in general, but black men, black women. Just because you switch up and go to another color of person, another flavor of neighbor, don't mean things gonna be right. Right? It don't matter. It don't matter. My mom always told me this. She's like, look, anyone, a person of your own race can treat you bad. Be with someone that's going to treat you right. And my mom and I had to talk about it today, right? I'm sure, you know, your mom wants you to be, your mom might want you to be with someone who looks like you, right? But when your people really love you, whether it be your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your best friends, people that love you, you know what they want to see? They just want to see you happy, okay? But they don't want to see you happy at the expense that you think, right, that, oh, because they look like this, they're going to treat me better. No, you got to test everybody, okay? Ain't nobody exception. Joe, I'm going to use you for example. Joe with his Asian wife. You got to test your woman. You got to know what your woman about. It don't matter if she's Asian. It matters that she's a good woman. It matters the head that's on her shoulders. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So you have women, our women, that think and tell other women, girl, hell, you got black dudes that will say, man, right? They all terrible, whatever. Like, you don't lump them into one thing if you don't want to be lumped into it. And we as black men get lumped into a lot of boxes. People walk across the street the other side because you got to be a criminal. You know what I mean? So everybody putting these boxes and these conditions. Man, judge people on their actions, bro. Judge people on what they do. They will show you better than they can tell you. They can do all this lip talking, but their actions will show you. And you got people that's just confused. You got people that are confused. So anyway, I'm gonna get off that soapbox. Now, I want to throw some comedy in here before we get, I can call this midway through the clips, but we got about 4 or 5 more clips. But I wanted to put this in there because it's funny, but this is what I tell women all the time. Before we get into the real deep stuff that I told y'all we was going to get into. You said, that's not the deep stuff? No, that wasn't. We about to get into the deep stuff soon. I showed you all of that. All of the stuff that we have seen for the last hour and a half. I've showed you this because I was trying to build a foundation to look back at the past. Because we're going to look back at the past. And I'm going to show you, if you paid attention to everything I showed you here, you're going to see why it feels like nothing's going to change. Or that seeds have been planted for a long time. Hence, our women are where we saw them at in the beginning. You understand? I'll tie those two together here. But I want to throw this in here because it's funny, but there's truth to it, right? There's always truth to something that's really funny. Check this out.
This is the men's side. This is what we need. Head. You know how much that costs? $0, huh? Are you following me?
Hey.
Let me break this down. Coach, you know how much that costs? $0. Oh man, we're getting down this deep. Let me see. Hold on, wait. You see what that say? I'm sorry. You know how much it costs to get that? $0. Hold on, let me give you one more just to make sure. Baby, you was right. You know how much that cost? You ain't gonna believe how much they cost. $0. And I would spell accountability up here, but I don't want to look stupid. I'm gonna try to do it anyway. Accountability. You know how much that costs to take accountability? $0. Baby, what I'm trying to tell y'all is to keep us don't cost you nothing, and you can't even do that.
Oh. Look at that right there. My brother cooked on that one. He cooked. He cooked. He basically told you everything that most men would agree on that they'd like and they need. Not everything, but a lot of the things. Because a lot of things, if you talk from man to man, there are a lot of things that we are like, hey, we agree. I want this, want that, whatever. You go from woman to woman, it changes from woman to woman. You go from man to man, you will see there are a lot of similarities to what we want. Right? That is a show of solidarity, even amongst different races and ethnicities. Us men generally want the same goddamn things. And as this man stated, as my brother over here stated, the stuff that men really need is free. So why in the hell does it cost money to be with a woman? Why is it the things that y'all need today cost money, whereas the things that men need are free and would hold more weight? Why? Why come? I don't know. Answer that question. Answer that question. Why come? Why does it cost to be with y'all? So I'm gonna let this. This was a discussion on the panel because they want to live on that. What you say, Joe? Because they want to live that fake YouTube and IG life. Facts. Our boss says mic drop. Yup. Black Dev. Facts all day. Yup. Wait, Devin just said. They say Cynthia G is back on YouTube bashing black men. This is why things won't change. Yeah, that's another thing that. You know what? We need to do a video on that one. Just them bashing us. I'll get there. You know what? Let me write that one down. That's a good topic there, bro. I'm gonna have to start that one out for February. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good topic. That's funny because this topic is probably one of those topics that would actually do really well. So I should probably do that because I had a really down month this month. It's all good though. I love y'all. All right. All right. Let's get this next video going.
And I want all the women in here to hear this. You hear what she just said, right? You had your guards up because of your past things, right? Mm-hmm. This is why men like younger women, because they don't have those experiences, those trauma ass decisions that you've been through your whole life that's keeping your guard up from me. This is why we date younger women.
We established
Hold on. Number two, This is why it's important to marry while you are young. You guys are supposed to marry young and grow old together. You don't supposed to come with these fucking traumas from your past, traumas from our past, all this shit. But in our culture, it becomes the norm. And we try to find a way to cope with it and call it regular life. This is not regular life. The way we grew up is not regular life. And somehow we find a way to make an excuse for this shit. We're not supposed to have all these goddamn kids by all these different women. We're not supposed to be running around this motherfucker fucking hoes and doing all this shit and women dressing like hoes and acting like niggas. Everybody is out of nature. Everybody. Both sides are fucked up. So now you have all these people coming in with they bullshit and we trying to match with each other and see who bullshit outweighs or underweighs each other. This is why we all are single. Because all of us got shit going on. Anything a motherfucker do is a trigger to us now. Anything.
Listen, that's I believe that's the clip that I'm using to transition into talking about the looking back, looking at us being warned in the past. We all have trauma. And I said this probably like several minutes ago. But what I wound up saying was, yes, there are messed up men, just like there messed up women. But we have to change how we are selecting. And the thing is, yes, people have trauma. I get it. But what does it matter with all this trauma if you're not trying to fix it? Or you're not trying to, okay, I made this mistake before. Like how, come close to the camera. How are some of y'all in your 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s? Okay, hear me out, baby. Anybody over 30, okay, 30, especially over 35. Let's say over 35. Okay, y'all know that that's like a transitory age right there. How are you? Some of y'all over 35. And making the same damn mistakes you was making when you was 25. Come on now. Come on now, Jesus. How? How is it possible that some of y'all are still falling for the same people at 35 as you did at 25? You want to know what trauma is? That's trauma. And gents, that's why you got to vet these women. If she been choosing the same dude over and over again, and now she with you, what's that phrase from Color Purple? What did the dad say to Mister? You just one of the rusters, boy. That's what he said to him. You just one of the rusters, boy. Suge Avery then set the population of Hartwell County a new high. You just one of the rusters, boy. Come on now. Who know about that who know about that in the comments? Hey, Zick, let me get to yours real quick. Imagine a platform that heavily favored people who are willing to pay for dates. That's social media in an alternate universe that favors men's nature. Yeah, I guess so. That's crazy. The champ says, because they have learned nothing. You can't learn anything on your knees or on your back. Oh my God. Damn, the champ. I'm so glad I wasn't drinking nothing when I read that one. I would have messed myself up. Imagine, I read that. Yeah. I told my kids, don't wait till 35, looking to meet, 35 plus looking to meet your spouse. Yeah. Listen. Wait, that short hair wouldn't look like a man. Marry when your physical sexual value is at its highest, women. Men's value increases with age. Women's value decreases. I slightly disagree with that, Joe. Let me tell you why. I've said this before on the channel. Hear me out. A man, we always hear about women, men age like wine and women age like milk. But the truth of the matter is, if you are a man and and you aren't taking care of yourself and your health, and you're not building wealth, and you're not learning and growing, you aging like milk just like them. Understand what I'm saying? If you as a man aren't growing in wealth or influence, or or you're not taking care of yourself, you are aging like milk as well. Because what do you leave yourself open to? You leave yourself open to talking to some of the same bitter ass women that you all are calling spoiled milk. And then you haven't been taking care of yourself, so you don't look good, and you don't have no money. So younger women ain't gonna want to talk to you. So men can age like milk too. Okay, that's why we talk about here that's why we are gents, right? We're gents here because we are taking the daily actions to be better. It's not enough just to be complaining about the shit. We here are taking actions to be better men. That's what makes you a gent. You ain't got to be perfect, but you're trying to be better. You're trying to live your best life. And that's what separates us from Pookie, Ray Ray, and them, Gloctavius, Felantonio, right? Claudicus, right? All them dudes, okay? Cleophas, right? That's what makes us different. QM, thank you for being here. People choose what's outside in their proximity. If they stay in that proximity for a while, they get the same type. Not until they drastically, they make drastic proximity changes will they expose it different. You know what? QM, that's excellent. And so for us who have traveled, and I might even say internationally, I'm saying just even if you leave outside and you've been to different states and been exposed to different type of people, if you chose to go back home and that's who you want to be with, that's fine. You have said to yourself, this is what I like after seeing. But there are people that are making choices and they ain't been nowhere. And then the thing that gets me is the people that have been places and still making messed up choices after having seen better. I don't get that with neither, QM. I don't get it. All right. Where we at on time? Okay, cool. All right. These next clips. Oh, I added a clip and I forgot to put it in there. Before we get and look backwards, I want to give you a glimpse. This is funny. This is just supposed to be a comedy breakup. So y'all hit that like button, hang in there with me. But I saw this and I was like, man, I want to put this in a video, but I'd rather laugh at it with you guys. I might still put it in a video later, but I want to laugh at what this young man say in this video. Because to me, it's the reason men have just given up, because of all the stuff that we talked about earlier. It don't matter what they do. You could be a hardworking man out there, and if you don't have a certain amount of money, you ain't a certain height, you don't look a certain way, you ain't doing a certain thing, women don't want to deal with you, even if they're equally yoked with you. And that's what we talked about in that last video, right? One of the gents talked about women don't want their equal partner. They think they deserve more. I want y'all to hear what this young man says, because to me, it was hella funny. But a lot of dudes feel this way. Check this out.
What I wanted to say was the reason why I go to Walmart and look for girls, because I know I'm going to get rejected. So why am I paying $30 to go to the club just to get rejected when I can just go to Walmart and get rejected for free? It costs $30 to get in the club. Walmart is free entry. And for some reason, Walmart and Target got all the baddies. Like, y'all can't lie. On a Saturday night, Walmart and Target is basically like the club. But I'm not paying $30 to go to the club just to hear, no, I'm good, I got a boyfriend. But I can just go to Walmart and hear that for free. When I'm looking for girls, I only go to free places, like the mall, the beach, downtown. And believe it or not, I don't even have a car. I don't even Uber to go get rejected. I take the bus to go get rejected. I get the $5 all-day pass and take the bus to go get rejected. But more of the story, if you know you're somebody who get rejected, why pay to get rejected when you can just go get rejected for free?
Yeah, my dude was like, yo, I'm gonna get that $5 holla bus pass, okay? I'm gonna get the $5 hollow bus pass. You hear me? And I'm just gonna go talk to them for free. Why I'm gonna go pay money to go get rejected? I laugh. We can laugh and say, young man, that's why you getting rejected, blah, blah, blah. Like we can say that. Ladies, y'all can be saying that about it. That's why you get rejected. You need a haircut and fix that beard up and whatever, right? Dress a little bit better. We can say all that to that young man. But these dudes are just seeing it now. They're like, yo, why? Why? And I feel bad because Zick, guys like me and Zick's age, right? You was looking forward to getting your fits together. Yo, man, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get them fits. Like I told y'all before, when I came up, I was a teenager when Boys in the Hood came out, right? And I remember Cuba Gooding Jr., Trey. Trey was working at the Fox Hills Mall in that movie, right? And what was Trey wearing? Trey had the nice button-up dress shirts, right? Matter of fact, did anybody remember what those dress shirts was made of? Them nice dress shirts. Y'all remember the material that the dress shirts was made of back in the day in the early 90s, right? Let me know if y'all know down in the comments, right? But here's the point. I would buy those nice dress shirts because I seen Boys in the Hood. Polyester? Nope, Joe, that's not it. That's not the one. Silk? Dudes try to do silk. I'm gonna put it in the comments. Tell me y'all don't remember them shirts. The rayon joints. Now, rayon might have been like a combination of silk and yeah, Lee got it. Yeah. Yeah, Zick, you got it too. Yeah, rayon. It was all about the rayon shirts, man. That's what I'm about to say. I was just about to say, it's like a polyester silk blend. It's something weird, bro. Like, look, the rayon shirts was like a dressy dry fit. I don't know, something weird, bro. Yeah, rayon polyester blend. I was trying to get to the word rayon. I realized that it's polyester blend. Trey dressed like a cornball. Okay, Sean, if you believe that, like maybe he did, right? If you lived in Cali at the time and you seen that dude wearing dress-up button-up shirts, maybe y'all was like, yo, that ain't what we wear here. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, I don't know about y'all, but when I was going to those house parties, man, we was like polo shirts, Jabot jeans, Bugle Boy stuff, right? Like look. What was that? Rocking that Gordon Garcia. Okay. See, but it depends on where you lived at. You know what I mean? And we was all poor. So like you just trying to find a way to find what you had. You know what I mean? So, but young men today don't feel like, yeah, right? That kid and play. Exactly. Zick says, nope, that was fresh as hell back then. Not corny at all. Look, man, I never old Harlem. Okay, I feel that. Yeah, depends on where you at. Things were different. Okay, I just seen that one called Kanai. Bugle Boy, damn. Then get some Dracar Noir. You were set, bro. I had so much Dracar Noir. I can't even smell that shit no more. You know another cologne I had back in the day? I'm embarrassed to say it because the shit stink now. I had that Michael Jordan cologne, man. I thought I was like, oh man, I got Michael Jordan cologne. Man, Michael Jordan cologne smell like ass water, bro. I mean, I could literally go take a dump right now and then, put some rose smell on it. And then that's Michael Jordan cologne, okay? And Dracar was just a better smelling version of that same ass water. So, what was that? Dart off cool water? Had the cool water joints. Listen, dudes today will be like, why am I going to spend money to dress up and look better? And that's the thing I'm telling you. Like, I'm not saying the young dude was wrong, but look at the mindset difference on not even wanting to give the attempt to look better, to dress better. You know what I mean? Thank God you didn't say brute. You know why I didn't say brute? Because when I was younger, I did a Macaulay Culkin. I got into the brute when I was young. So by the time I was a teenager, I didn't like the smell of brute anymore either. I'm not saying like now, I keep forgetting to buy brute because it's a nostalgic smell to me. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it's such a nostalgic smell. I wouldn't mind having a little bit. But when I was coming up as a teenager, I couldn't smell brute no more either. That shit was terrible. There's one version of Jordan cologne that still smells good. It's the spice smelling one. It's still popular with frag heads too. Oh, you know what? Oh, well, look, I'm talking about the poor man one, okay? The one that that my poor ass could afford. That one there smell like straight ass water. You know what? To this day, I still like the smell of Dart Off Cool Water. But oh, did he just say Polo in the green bottle? Yes. We had the Polo cologne. Yes. Oh, y'all remember bolo ties, rayon shirts, MC Hammer pants, Guess jeans? I forgot about the Guess. And Eternity. Eternity's still good too. Yeah. The Polo in the bottle. So that was the thing. We get you try to get the Polo shirt, wear some Jabot jeans, and you had the Polo cologne. All right. Sean says Paco Rabanne. Yeah, Rabanne. Yep. Add Jordan cologne and women's bad attitudes together with the smell of bad tilapia. Versace black jeans cologne. Yep, that was another good one. So look, the thing is, see how we nostalgic about all talking about like, see how we have the nostalgia about talking about like those colognes, what we were wearing, trying to go out. That young man, the young man in that video, he's just like, why? Why am I even trying? I'm saying, is he wrong? The ladies, the men, young men today don't even feel like it's worth trying. And I don't know where that changed, but men feel like it's not even worth trying. Even if you could say, women would say, some women didn't like the smell of Drakkar or Cool Water or whatever, Polo. There was always someone that didn't like something, but you tried. And we have young men that don't even want to try anymore, which is why we're going to get to our next clip. I'm going to get through these clips. I'm going to try to get through these clips because I'm not trying to have us here all night. But I want y'all to hear this. Obviously, you all heard this sister before. I love her. You love her. If you don't, at least you might have some respect for her. But yeah, I'm just let her play. I'm gonna let her say her thing. She was talking about this stuff when it was unpopular to talk about this stuff. You might know what I'm talking about. She's now the godmother of talking about this stuff. She was the godmother before. She's the godmother, grandmother of talking about quote unquote, because I hate calling it this, but red pill shit. Okay, check this out.
He can't handle me. Well, many times he can't handle us because he doesn't know what it is he's trying to handle. He doesn't understand what motivates us. We have become very adept, many of us, as being able to do something right in front of his eyes and then convince him that that's not what he really saw at all and that it didn't happen. So we've kept him kind of confused. We harass our men too much. We nag our men too much, and we keep his mind and his head so bundled up and bogged down with all of our personal idiosyncrasies about our day-to-day personal relationship with him, that a lot of times we don't free his mind up to go out and to plan sanely for our future and for the future of our children. Many of them come to us every day and they almost have to do a wind test. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who they're going to meet because we have a lot of reactions. We tend to think as Black women that a successful relationship and one where we're happy is one where everything goes our way. And the first time it goes another kind of a way, then we go into hell, turmoil in our brain, and we start deciding, oh, I've got terrible problems with this man. He won't do what I want him to do. When our men have a side.
Listen, I'm not going to my point is I want you all to pay attention to the things that are going to be said from some of these older clips, because in the end, this woman knew, Shahrazad Ali already knew the kind of pressures that were being put on black men by black women. It's not to say she never was saying that black men didn't have responsibilities, they need to be better and this and the third. It's not what she was saying. But she understood, like I've been trying to make the point tonight, that women set the tone. Women set the tone. Okay, it's not to say that men aren't supposed to be leaders and do their own thing. That's not it. It's to say that a righteous woman sets the tone for a righteous man. And as I stated, I think last live stream or the live stream before that, a man isn't going to put his life on the line for something that he doesn't feel is his. Okay? He's not going to put his life on the line for something he doesn't feel is his, or that he doesn't feel is worth protecting. And you have a lot of our men and women are so disjointed. The men today don't feel the need to help their own women. It's really messed up. Yes, she was way ahead of her time. She was genius. Yes, absolutely. Sean says the great sister Shahrazad Ali. Absolutely. I'm actually mad at you, Sean, because you got the spelling closer than I did when I went to go type it in earlier. Yo, I'm mad. I was like, yeah, Shahrazad. Oh man, I was all messed up. Okay. Carmen X says, I understand, but lots of these men are what? Oh. Again, you generalizing men. Yes, there are men that are swinging that way, but guess what? We're gonna get into it. Okay, let's assume the percentage of men that are actually whatever, right? Let me do something. I like that. Let's have that conversation. Let's have that conversation real quick. I'm gonna show y'all something. What was 7 days ago? Right. Where was that clip at? I had the clip. Uh-oh. I had the clip. Did I put that in a video recently? Hold on, let me see. Uh-oh, I had a clip that would have talked about that. Oh. God dang it. Listen, there was a clip that I played recently, and it talked about it actually broke down like percentages, right? I think I know which video that is. Let me check one more time. Let me check one more time. Oh, I think I found it. Is this it? Let me find this clip.
Should we?
Yep, right here. So that's one of the things that you hear come from women all the time. Yeah, but men are happy. Let's call them happy, okay? With a G, okay? Happy dudes, okay? And if that's what you do, that's what you do, okay? But there's this thing that's like, oh man, most of the men are this or they're that. Let's look at the statistics on this, okay? Let's listen. Linda, let's listen.
Should we be held accountable for her selection? And I think he said, oh, we have to be held accountable because she has a poor selection.
Now that's real quick, just some context. He's talking about Dr. Umar saying that black men should be held accountable for how black women choose men. So you, in your body gotta put yourself out your body and then get into her mind and be responsible for another grown-ass person on how they select their men. That is insane.
Yeah, after speaking to you, you had a few words, and you know Umar's watching. I'm gonna let you know he's watching.
That was incorrect. That was just wrong.
I beg your pardon?
If we break down the numbers, when he said there's a poor selection of black men, I want to know where that comes from. 22 black million men in America. So you got 660,000 black men incarcerated. You got 500,000 black men who are LGBTQ. It's 460,000. But I added 40,000 for the down low brothers. You got 1.3 million with no job. Then you got 2.86 million addicted to drugs. So that's around 5.4 million black men out of 22 million. That would be 24%. But even if you stack it on top of each other, out of 22 million, you get to 5.4 million, 24%. How is that a poor selection? 76%, the vast majority of black men out here got a job. They're attracted to women. They ain't on drugs. Well, what do you mean by poor selection? There's more Antoine Fishers out here than Tyrones. That's why they want to clone Tyrone. Dr. Umar, come talk.
All right. So listen, we played that because if you look at the statistics, right? More than half of black men, like 54% of black men, are single and childless. Hear me again. Over half of black men are single and childless. So this is one of the things that you all got to stop doing, ladies. Oh, they happy. We ain't got no selections because too many black men are out there happy. It's barely 1 million of them are happy. Barely. Actually, what did he say? 600,000 who identify, and he gave you some numbers in there for the down low brothers. You know, even if you said 1 million, that still doesn't make up for the fact. The thing is, the reason why there is such a big disparity and why y'all can't find men is because the men that you should be going for, some of you all, right? You can't even see him. He's not good enough based on these standards and criteria that you all have made. Hell, you can't even meet your own criteria most of the time, okay? Not you individually, but you all collectively can't even meet your own damn standards. Hell, some of y'all can't even stand to be with your own damn self, much less a man, all right? Now I'm going to show you this next clip. Again, I'm not showing you no clips that you ain't seen. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to contrast what we saw in the beginning with these discussions that have happened back in the past. And I'm showing you we're in the same spot. And as we just lost, oh my God. Oh, what's the sister's name? We just lost one of our elders recently. God dang, I can't think of her name. I am so sorry, and I feel bad. But we just lost one of our sisters recently, and let me find it because I want to make sure that I say the name correctly. Hold up. Did I make that video last year? Oh, I guess I did. Nikki Giovanni. Okay. So we just lost Nikki Giovanni recently, and she had a discussion where she was talking to, oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. So I know I'm getting later in the live stream, but she was talking to, oh my God. Anyway, Nikki Giovanni was having this discussion between, black man, black woman back in the day. And she was saying, hey, let's do it our way, right? Black women said, let's do it our way. We've been doing it y'all way now for more than a generation. Actually, we've been doing it for 2 generations. And I can say 2 generations because I and a couple of y'all in the chat are old enough to be grandparents. So that's 2 generations, right? We got adult kids, 2 generations, right? So what am I saying? I am saying James Baldwin. Sean, thank you. Thank you. Nikki Giovanni was talking to James Baldwin. She was saying we should do it our way. We've been looking at y'all do it your way for 2 generations. We've been watching y'all do this for over 50 years, right? Over 50 years. And we are the least married. We have the least wealth. We are the single motherhood is the most rampant it's been. And then the kids exposed to single motherhood have the potential for the worst statistical outcomes for adults. Your way is not working, period. And it's not just me just trying to shit on people, shit on women, or particularly black women. I'm not just trying to shit on y'all. I'm saying statistically, your way is not working. It's not working. So let's get to this video.
America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding them by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility?
Stop. Now, this one here, I played this before. I'm stopping it here because we need to break down what's being said. He originally said that you all are taking the men's jobs, blah, 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 blah. Okay? They're giving y'all the jobs. They made it easy for black women to get the degrees. I'm gonna tie this all together here in a second. I'm gonna tie this bow because I'm gonna tie it to what's happening right now. And you'll understand even deeper. When I said 2 years ago, shit is coming. You all not gonna be ready for it, right? And we only see in the beginning. Unless something else changes, shit is about to get a lot worse. So hear me out, okay? Our women accepted those jobs, kicked the men out the household, took the government assistance. She said, what are y'all gonna do to stop letting us? Okay, really think about that. What are you gonna stop? What are y'all gonna do to stop letting us do this to you, black man? What was he supposed to do? Knock you upside the head? Ain't that what Nikki Giovanni talked about before? Ain't that what she talked about? She watched her mother get knocked upside the head by a dude. Now she said that because of that, she feared her own men. So what was supposed to happen? What was supposed to happen? And then you had the government knowing that this would cause black women to lose respect for black men. I'm giving you the jobs. We're taking away the factory jobs. We're taking away the ability of the black man to be able to take care of his house, his family. Most women, no matter what race, age, or demographic, is going to lose respect for a man that has no ability to be able to take care of them unless you fast forward to today and for some reason you don't want a man making $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year, 80. Hell, he can't even make 90 grand. He got to make 100 grand, which don't make no damn sense. The difference between $10,000 and $20,000, right? In the case of a man who's single and got his own money, don't make no sense. Or the fact that you're paying 100% of your bills, it don't make no sense. But you guys will sleep with Pooch in them, with these hobosexuals. Y'all know what that is? That's a dude who lives off of women. You will sleep and have yourself a hobosexual who every now and then run out and he gets some money. You don't know where it come from, but it's exciting because he can spend time with you. We are not doing this, ladies. This is you all. You all made this choice when this shit was going on. What are we supposed to do? Beat you? Hold you back? And then let's remember that this happened right here, this conversation. This conversation happened before Reaganomics. This happened before Reagan. Now, some of y'all think, some people who are conservative might be like, Reagan was one of the greatest, whatever. Anybody who grew up in the 80s will tell you that it was Ronald the devil, okay? Ronald the devil. This dude's policies destroyed the black community. Basically told us, say no to drugs while they were pumping the drugs in our community. Come on, man. They was pumping the drugs in our community while telling us, say no to drugs. Iran-Contra, Joe. Thank you. Thank you for my Gen Xers and my boomers in there that know. That know the history. Let me catch QM real quick. QM says, historically, black men were chronically unemployed or underemployed due to short gigs and contract work. Work ran out, kids still had to eat, so black women always worked. They could always cook and sell food. And here's the other thing that I want you to realize. QM, I'm glad you said that. But here's the thing. We talked about earlier how black women said they didn't want to work, right? The young lady, oh, I don't want to work. I want to be able to buy whatever. Let's take off what QM said. Prior to that, our women still worked and we worked. This is how black people were able to start trying to get the homes, start trying to build up the Black Wall Streets. We did it together. And I'm going to remind you all after this video what the woman said. That if you got here late, I'm going to play the very first clip. And I want you to hear how selfish it sounds. Let's finish this. And I'm going to show you how selfish it sounds. Because we always worked together. As I stated, you can go faster by yourself, but we go farther together. All right? Let's keep playing.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we gonna get, and it's part of our being.
Ooh, see that part right there? She was right and wrong. She was wrong and right at the same time. Oh my God. This clip, you all have seen it before, but I'm saying this conversation is still happening. But in this conversation, looking back and listening to the past, we can see what we see now today. I'm going to go back. I'm going to play it one more time. Please listen to this. Real deep shit right there.
To be their responsibility.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
Boom. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, let me tell you something. If you ain't subscribed to this channel, subscribe right now. If you ain't hit that like button, if y'all ain't just got nothing huge from that, if you want to talk about fixing this, listen. I mean, they both were right and wrong at the same time. It is the most paradoxical thing. But hear me out. He said that it's up to the women to fix it, which I've argued that women can set the standard. Okay? I'll put a pin in what he said, because he was wrong. He thinks that women have to do it, and I've said that too. Okay? But there's a pin in this. Okay? Put that pin up there about the men. Okay? I'm gonna call that pin men's responsibility. All right? So that's the pin. Put that pin in there. She said, okay, that men got to take it by force. Now, imagine that statement 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, right? In the height of the M2 movement, I'm going to take it. People were getting canceled for less. Dave Chappelle has made a series of comedy specials based off of talking about these things in nuanced code. Go back and watch all of the Dave Chappelle specials. And there were so many things that he was trying to talk about. He even talked about this subject, about how shit is off, how we are giving rights and this and that. We're worried about this, but we got to fix this family. We got to fix this. How is this not right? And we are all, this is the thing that they push him. He was trying to say it and he was about to get canceled for it. People were like, oh, and then the people came after him, right? The alphabet people came after him. This is such a deep conversation. Such a deep conversation. So Black men we've had our legs cut out from under us because the justice system has taken our ability to be able to correct our family, our women. And I don't want you to hear that in a bad way, but it's taken away our power to be able to do that. And I'm not talking about the bad dudes out there that's leaving their families and shit, because I'm not for that. Okay? You're a piece of shit. If you ain't taking care of your family, you're a piece of shit. Period. Okay? You don't know what my stance is, that's the way I feel about it. Right? Don't get it twisted based on my videos. We have responsibilities. But what's the mechanism of enforcing what she just talked about? What is that mechanism? What does it look like? How does it happen? Especially when the power and the tools are with the women right now. How does that happen? Right? Now, then she said something that was very profound after that. Right here, listen.
We take what belongs to him because you know women, as long as we can get, we gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us. Whether
we're gonna do anything to you that you allow us to. Now, remember I told you put a pin? I said put a pin right here. Men's responsibility. Remember I told you put that pin in that? Because I knew we was coming right back to this point. Matter of fact, hold on, baby. Hold on real quick. Let me go and get them glasses on, okay? I'll put right here on this page. Men's responsibilities. As a man, this is why, see, the thing is, part of what's happening is what she and they were talking about. Men are now going their own way. So they are. Men, the market has changed. So men are responding to the market. They're putting a new type of pressure on the market. The thing is, it's going to take a while for it to change and to respond. Okay? And enough men need to be able to put that pressure on. That's why economically men need to still continue to rise. The problem is, men do better economically when they have that woman behind them. So we're at an impasse right now. You got to have just really motivated brothers. The power of the internet is seeing other good brothers doing good things, being passport bros, right? And that inspired people to say, you know what? They got men traveling now that never thought about it because of a movement. It is a response to the fucking eggs being $22. Oh my God, are y'all getting this? Are y'all getting what? I don't know if y'all understand where I'm going with this. Where are y'all going? Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? The answers are there, or we're seeing, and not even the answers, but we're seeing what's happening. So as a man, it is your responsibility. And this is why I bring it back to what this channel has been about, whether you agree with the way I say it or wherever, it's been about men being on their purpose. Because if we move collectively on our purpose, two things are going to happen. Either women are going to want to be a part of it, and they're going to have to move with us on our purpose because we won't allow anything less. We're learning about female nature, right? Listen, we're learning about this this female nature. Listen to it.
Belongs to him because you know women, as long as we can get, we gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
Did you hear that? So, as a response to that, you have channels like this. You have Kevin Samuels that come along. You have all these people that have come along in this space and have made these discussions. This is the response. This is the market correcting itself. Whether you think channels like this should still exist or not, I'm telling you, at this moment, they are still important. Okay? They are still important. So everything that we've been seeing since in the last, well, Red Pill stuff has been going for a minute, but let's just say since the pandemic has opened a lot of eyes up, right? That's about the time when the Kevin Samuels and them really started blowing up and stuff like that around the pandemic, right? So it's coming up on 5 years, right? This is all the market trying to correct itself. This is men trying to find a new way. And the thing about it is, men are now going so far, hey, I can't do nothing to you. Economically, you're doing your own thing. What I can do is control me. I can control my money. I control where I go. Hell, I have access to different types of women if you can't provide me what I deserve. And I can truly say there are men who deserve better because they are operating out of character. Whereas we see with modern women, not all women, I said modern women, we see them acting out of greed or necessity, right? Being hyper-capitalistic creatures. Again, as she stated, if you allow us to do what's in our nature to do, which is hypergamy, being hypergamous. Okay, but right now we have women that are hypergamous on steroids. This conversation was really deep on that. And that's why I thought this was very, very important. Okay?
Denise.
Let me answer something that I just saw. Are there any married men in this chat? You know why you're not going to find married men? Because, again, go back to what I said. The system punishes the men. You all are, women are ingrained into the system. We're about to hear about it now. This system has been set up and designed exactly the way it is to benefit women, to keep women single and in the workforce. So after enough men have seen women dog over a man or say, I'm done, right? 70 to 80% of women initiate divorces. 90% if the woman is college educated. Tell me why you would see one married man in this chat with those numbers. If I told you that, hey, you're gonna jump out of a plane with a dual jump, right? With a partner strapped to your back. Okay? You're gonna do a dual jump. Actually, you all not doing a dual jump, you all are holding hands. Okay? You're doing a dual jump where you're holding somebody's hands. And you both got your own parachute. Okay? Now, if I told you that there's a 50% chance, right, that your parachute isn't going to work, and then there's a 70 to 90% chance that the person's hand you are holding is going to sabotage your backpack, your parachute. Would you jump out of a plane knowing that there's a 50% chance your chute isn't going to work and a 70 to 90% chance that your chute was tampered with by the person next to you? Would you jump out of a plane in that situation? If you're a reasonable person, you have to say no. And that's why you're not going to see men marry. Again, it is another response as the young lady said, or she's older now or dead now, but as she said back then, that young lady then said, we're going to do what you allow us to do. And not getting married is one of the responses. I'm not about to pay $22 for no damn carton of eggs. Okay? Check this out.
And he started laughing. He said, Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about? And I said, I'm pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, you're an idiot. And I said, why am I an idiot? He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded Women's Lib. And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. And you want to know why? He said, there were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population before Women's Lib. And the second reason was now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as the family, as the school, as the officials, as their family, not as the parents teaching them. And so those are the two primary reasons for Women's Lib, which I thought up to that point was a noble thing. You know, when I saw their intentions behind it, where they were coming from when they created it, the thought of it, I saw the evil behind what I thought was a noble venture.
Okay, that's that. I'm not going to say anything. I got one more clip, and it goes along with the one you just saw. So I want you to hear this from a Black woman. Check this out.
Feminism affects the men, the women, and the children. How has it affected us?
Second sexual revolution hijacked the women's movement, had a goal of calling women out of the home. And they knew that in order to get women to see that their true liberation would be in the working world, they needed women to see children as obstacles to success. The feminist movement, or the sexual revolution, told women that family life and marriage and children were not aspirational, and that they are better off in the working world competing with their own resources alongside men. Men are workers. That's how God designed you all. Women in the world who value working, who value provision, and competing with men more than they value wifeship and motherhood. You have a movement that was about love, beauty, truth, and unity that got overtaken by people who had their own agenda. Women fell for it, and we are still falling for it.
So listen, at the end of the day, you guys, look, let's end this where we're at. This discussion was very important. I know that I have told you guys that that women have a lot to do with certain things, but I need you to understand why I say that. Because if men, we have to continue to, our responsibility is to continue to be on our purpose. Again, I've said that from day one on this channel, okay? If we don't move in a righteous way, hear me out when I say righteous way, okay? If we're not moving in a way and there is righteousness in your purpose, and you know that you're on your purpose when you fulfilling it not only benefits you, but it benefits others, particularly and especially the people that you supposedly love or care about, okay? And if you don't have anyone that you love or care about, that's fine. But if your purpose doesn't help more than just you, it's not a purpose. It's just a goal. It's a vanity mission. There's also a statistic or a study that showed that people actually find more happiness in giving in life than they do from taking or receiving. Now, that's easy to say when you're poor and you don't have, but after a certain amount of income, you're only going to get so much more happier. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, we as men have to continue to operate in our purpose, in righteousness, okay? That's what we have to do, despite what's going on right now in this landscape. On the flip side, though, until women go back to high school, what's not going to change in our community if our women continue to see the drug dealers with the beepers in the cars, and they know they drug dealers, blah, 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 and they continue to see them as the real men instead of the guys that are got a good head on their shoulders, trying to get good grades, perfect attendance, right? Like I'm just using these examples. But until our women see the guys who are on the healthier track as the better options, this problem is going to continue to get worse, the divide between Black men and Black women. And this is where Black women have power, because if collectively they said, hey, this is the men that we need to be looking at. And then when a friend bring the drug dealer, like, yo, hey, that dude, he can't be around us. Like, he's not a good role model. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust him for being around us. But instead, what do we have? What do we have? We have women egging on other women to like and demand the worst among us. And again, if you just got in here or you only been here for a little bit, this video that we showed earlier is going to show it. Check it out.
What this woman right here is crying about.
Like, I just got off of work. I can't do it anymore.
She don't want to work anymore. But what's even worse is what she really wants to do. Wait, it gets even worse. You need to see what the women in her comment section were saying about it. This is me since I was 16. Real. This is literally how I feel. Oh my God. I'm not built for it. I feel this, tired of working. Get that bag, queen. This is legit me once or twice a week. This is so real. This is so real. Here's where it gets interesting. I feel the same way. I started my OF last year and a BF who pays my bills. You can get out. You're pretty. No, I understand this. Do what you do. Girl, it's okay. And I think you would make some money. I think that's what she wanted to write from OF. So don't rule it out. You gorge, you can do it. Find that rich white man, girl.
I'm going to stop it there, okay? I'm going to stop it there. Because I just wanted to play enough so that you all can see that women are egging other women on. Women are telling other women that taking the easy path is the way it should go. And if you feel that way, that's fine. But I'm saying we cannot normalize this if the women are congratulating bad decisions and bad behavior at this level. And if you don't think it's a huge level, go find I urge you to go find a similar video, and those be the one that have the most comments. And it be women. Are they women that say, hey, that's stupid, don't do this? Yes, they are. But the majority of the comments in some of these toxic ass posts be women egging it on. And when the women do try to tell them right, they call them pick-me's, right? You all can't be scared. You all are the teachers of the children. And if you are afraid to tell the kids and to tell younger women, especially if you're starting to be get older as well, you're in your 30s and you're scared to tell a woman in her 20s that she's wrong, you're abdicating your responsibility of being an elder or getting to be an elder, right? You women in your 40s and your 50s, and you're not telling these women in their 30s and their 20s, hey, don't do this shit. Us as men know that. That's why we have this space. This is us having this discussion. We know this already. You know? For as much crap as we talk, go to a barbershop with a bunch of men in it. If you're a fly on the wall, let somebody say something stupid and there's some elder men in there, and watch if they legit, they're going to get on top of that dude's head. Yo, what are you talking about, young dude? What the hell are you talking about? You sound stupid. That's our responsibility, which I did write down in star, men's responsibility. And real men know their responsibility. But women aren't holding women accountable the way they should. They're egging on the freedom. And again, let's go back to the very first video and we'll get out of here. Right? We went through the past. We're going to go back to the future. Back to the future. Oh, I did that one. All right. Sorry, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. All right. All right. Here we go.
Now, I don't know what a confusion came in at, but some of the most happiest, healthiest people roaming the face of the earth in this day and age are those who are single with their own source of income and still being taken care of. Don't miss that last part. So married folks who think y'all are better than those who are not, carry on. We want you to have that. Because we out here thriving, surviving, doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, and when we want to do it. And when we no longer want to do it, we can say bye-bye. We don't have to wait on the courts to divide, subtract, and add up our income and what we've built to share with nobody else. We ain't got that type of time. And we're wise enough to know that the dynamics of relationships and love is completely different from what it once was. And baby, we are fine. Y'all ain't got to worry about us.
Listen, when you contrast what the woman said when she was talking to the man in that old video with what she just said and realize how many years, 30, 40 years, 40 something years difference in listening to that conversation, you realize that we are more in trouble than we realize. We are more in trouble. This is not to take away women from being successful. What it is you all become successful and you don't know how to fit a man into it. You either can't, you don't know how to. Here's the thing. You want a man to lead you that has more than you, right? But the men that have more than you don't want you because of your behaviors and your attitudes. You weren't willing to work with a man who has what you have or less because you start to think that you're better than him. And you're not even looking at people that have less than because they're beneath you. So at the end of the day, this all comes down to women and how you all correct, support, and teach each other. It all comes down to you all. And that's why we talk about it. The only thing we can do on this side is tell men, hey, what to look for. It's called giving game, right? When we drop game. Yo, man, hey, she acting like that, leave that one alone, son. She don't mean you no good. She gonna run through your pockets. Like Travis Hunter. All of us OGs can see Travis Hunter, bro. You a Heisman Trophy winner. This girl is for the streets. Everything in our being. All the hairs are standing up on the back of our neck with the woman that Travis Hunter is talking to. We trying to give the young dude game, and he like, yeah, old dudes don't even know what y'all talking about. Okay? Young blood, we just trying to give you game. We didn't seen it before. Hell, I just read some of the chats earlier. Some of us didn't been through it before, been married before, had this happen, had a woman use her. Man, some of y'all that's watching this may have taken them Dana tests and find out that the kid you thought was yours ain't yours. You all aren't holding each other accountable. And the best way we as men can hold you accountable is not dealing with you if you do not fit our standards. It's the best thing we can do for you. We can let you all erase yourselves out of existence. Because here's the thing. Men that are doing okay, they're having other wives. Right? They're finding wives of other whatever. And they are doing just fine. Okay? There are other Black women in the diaspora that's not on this continent that Black men can find. We will be just fine. Eventually, men will start making that trip and that journey. And that will change everything. And that's why we talk to them like, hey, if you can't find it here, work on your finances and go find it over there. Trying to make it simple for you guys, right? So I'm going to read some of these comments. We're going to get out of here, okay? Wade, he said, I come to the point where I really don't care what these women say about us. Let them keep talking rubbish about us. We'll leave them alone. See, a lot of people feel like you, Wade. A lot of people do. Garrett, as a man, it truly is my way or the highway. Streets. It's my program. Get on it or someone else's. And you have to stand on that. Carmen, you've been married for 20 years. Congratulations. That is awesome. Okay? Destroy Man, Carmen X. Okay, you guys have a whole conversation going. All right, this is why at the last NFL draft, not one of those brothers had a Keisha. Why? Because they had standards that Keisha can't meet. Those white women helped those brothers. Listen, it's getting to the point, again, I showed y'all the evidence. If there's ever a doubt on why brothers are dating other women and looking outside, I don't, again, let me state this. Do not hate our sisters, okay? Do not hate them. You should feel sorry for them, if anything. But at the same time, I've told y'all, I want you happy. I don't want to see another man feel like there's nothing to live for because he don't feel like he don't see hope. And if that hope got to come in the form of somebody else stroking your head, you go find that before you decide that life ain't worth living. And I'm sorry, that's where I'm at. When you didn't have people that ain't here no more, you're going to be like, look, I don't give a damn. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I don't want to see another person lose their life because y'all telling them like, you just a dusty. And that dude feel like he ain't got no option. Come on, man. What kind of channel would this be if I didn't feel that way? I'm looking for a clip that I was going to use in a future video. Oh, was that it? Was that it? Okay. I'm going to play something. Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to end the video with this. I just wanted to have it up. I'll use it in a future video, but I want to use it tonight because I just realized I'm gonna get out. It's almost 3 hours, and I'm hungry. But here's the thing, you guys. We have got to see. We have got to understand the past, evaluate the present, and correct for the future. And I'm afraid that if we don't do that now, it's going to look entirely different when we're not here anymore. I at this present time, there is nothing that has happened yet that has caused us to fully course correct. And I've warned y'all before about things coming, and y'all didn't believe me. I'm telling you now, get your house in order, get your temple in order, get yourself in order. Gents, get on your purpose and your grind. Ladies, stop listening to these women. If you want a man for yourself, you need to put yourself around other good men. You need to unlearn what you've learned. You need to change behaviors that don't suit you for finding a man. I promise you. Promise you. If you really want to find a good man, find somebody, a man in your life that has made good decisions. I ain't talking about one that act like your girlfriend. Hear me what I just said. Not your male friend that act like your girlfriend. Find a family member or something. You don't want him too close to you because he gonna be biased. He like you. Okay? Find you objective man to help you find another man. And you have to be willing to let him tell you the truth. Because if you ain't willing to have him tell you the truth about what you need to work on, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Gents, continue to work on your purpose. I'm going to leave this be the last video, and we're going to get out of here.
Dear Black man.
Hey, Black man. Dear precious Black man.
Dear Black man.
Dear Black man.
Black man. I know you might feel like you have to have this guard up. You might feel like you have to portray this image, but you deserve emotional bravery. Remember that this marathon continues. So get up, dust your feet, and head back to the path that lays before you and try again.
When it feels like the world isn't listening, I am.
You will forever be our first choice, our first love, the one our children look up to.
You are worthy, and you can ask for help. We need your voice and your creativity. We need your hugs.
I see you. I am so proud of you, and I am excited for you to get everything that you're working towards. I believe in you, but really, I hope that you believe in yourself. Keep going.
I'll be your rock so you stand. You are bold, resilient, compassionate, and beautiful.
You are deserving of the very best that life has to offer.
Your presence brings light and warmth to those around you.
I love you. We love you. But Yeshua loves you more. Repent and turn, prodigal sons, and rise, kings. Selah.
Again, I told y'all, just like women say there's no good men out there, I'm not going to let y'all say there's no good women. I'm just going to say that be the type of man that you need to be so that you can attract and reflect the people that needs to be in your life. That's as simple as that. And listen, some people are on their journey and it seems like everything is happening for them quickly. And some people have to be on their journey and it takes a long time for them to find what they're looking for or to reach their destination, right? Just because something doesn't happen on your time doesn't mean that you're not on the right path. It just means that you need to be more diligent and deliberate about what it is that you want. And a lot of people, a lot of men who say that they want good women aren't even ready for that good woman yet, okay? Haven't done everything that they need to do to be ready to be the type of man that a woman needs, okay? So we need to be real about that with ourselves before we go ahead and move forward. And so I hope you all enjoyed tonight's video. Thank you all for being here. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all your comments tonight because there were so many comments. There's a lot that we talked about. This was a very deep subject. I might chop this, I don't know, I might chop this live stream up into smaller videos because there was a lot of great points made. And I think we need to get that stuff out there, right? So again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here this evening. We will be back next week. Same time, about 4:30ish. And I'm going to try to get one more video out tomorrow or the day after. So look out for that. Again, I hope you all have a great night. And until next time, live your best life.